I'm just vibing. This is for the vibes. This is for the vibers. Do you read and forget, but you just remember vibes? This is for you. Here are the books in question. I'm going to go through them individually. You just listen. I'm not going to tease you. These are the books that I've read so far this year. It's been not a lot because I am a mood reader, which is a blessing and a curse. First book that I completed this year. So good. So good. This was the second book in the series. I wanted a little bit more time at the end of the book series to be in this place of like celebrating with the characters too, because there's just so much that happens and then we're done. And I just want to live in the world a little bit longer. So good. I struggled with the series in the sense that I didn't know it was a series. So I read the first book and then it ended and I'm like, okay, cool, so maybe it's a duology. Finished the second book and I was like, oh, okay, goddamn, okay, maybe it's a trilogy. Finished this book and I was like, there's another one. But yeah, and then look how cool all the books have this design if you haven't seen them yet, which, because the eyes of this character is a big deal. It was really great. Listen, I read The Cool Prince years ago. I started to read The Wicked King and stopped halfway through. Paused it for years. You know what it was too? It was like the tension was building up and the miscommunication that was happening, or the lack of communication was happening, and it became too stressful for me. And I'm like, I can't have this. I do not appreciate the miscommunication trope. It drives me insane. I don't want it in real life. To be honest, I don't want it in my books. And then I picked it up and finished it, and it was so good. And then immediately went into Queen of Nothing because I bought the trilogy without reading it all first. So luckily I had everybody on hand. It was great. So I brought this as my vacation book, and I was reading it poolside. I took a picture of it, and my friend immediately texts me and is like, you are so brave for reading this out in public. And I was like, why am I brave? Nothing spicy has happened yet. Why? There's just tension, which I love. Why am I brave? Why am I brave?
What do you mean?
And then I found out this is also the first time I read anything by this author. So fun. Oh my god, the banter was like so fun. I'm more prone to vampire romances than a werewolf. And because of that bit, I am reminded why. My babies. My sweet, sweet babies. I can't wait. I can't wait for the third book. So good. Multiple POV. It's such an interesting concept too. The cautionary tale of worship and believing that certain entities can fix all your problems. You just have to give them unquestionable devotion and unconditional faith. And that is really dangerous because a lot of times the beings that seek that don't have your best interests at heart. I can't wait. And if you haven't read them yet, please do. For all the necromancer girls. And the thing I like too with this, there wasn't any romance. You don't have to worry about romance. This is it. Because I was kind of worried about like her one, what you feel like is the antagonist. I was worried because I'm like, this guy's a piece of shit. I love it. And it's kind of one of those too of like, are things automatically evil or is evil created? Okay, I see there's some controversy online about these books. But it was fun. I think that's, for me, this is fun. Dual POV, I was really worried initially when they introduced the male character's POV, and it was a couple pages of him recapping what we already experienced with female lead, and I was worried. Off of that, I'm like, is this what this book is going to be, that I'm going to be rereading things that I've already read twice, and then so luckily it was just that one, and then it cut. I was going to absolutely DNF it if that's what the case was going to be. I have been in a book slump since I had finished this a month ago. And as far as I know, I haven't searched it out. To be fair, I haven't searched it out, but organically, I haven't seen other people talking about this. And I need somebody to talk about it with. the second book, because I believe it's just a duology, it doesn't come out until mid-July. I am excited and devastated because I love this book. The thing that I so loved with this book is I think sometimes enemies to lovers, it's like all of a sudden, you know, they do the who did this to you, da, 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 da. Love that. Not necessarily criticizing that. It's not just like we've been around each other so long, so now like we love each other. It's more of like I projected all these things onto you through assumptions and propaganda. And now I am inevitably learning more about you as a human being. And I cannot help but to respect you and understand you. And then also recognizing, hey, we share similar burdens and have that connection. And it's just like, it's great. The way this ended made me so upset. It was so upsetting and such a bummer of a cliffhanger. And then it was equally devastating to find out that it's not until July of next year that the second book comes out. If you have read this, please let's talk about it. Let's share. It's just so good. Well, thanks for watching. Those are the books that I've read in 2024. I have a couple that I'm trying to like get through right now. So I have a couple that I have the one that I'm trying to get through right now. But I don't know. Here's the thing about mood readers. I don't know if I'm just not in the right space for the book when I'm bouncing, or if that book is just not for me. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you had favorites that you saw, you know, please let's talk about it. It's been hard to read post-election. Yeah. Okay, bye-bye.